Did you apply to become one of the ALTs for the 2022 batch of the JET program? Are you waiting? Are you excited for the results? Or are you planning to gather enough information before submitting your application or before trying out next year? In this video, I'm going to be sharing 5 possible reasons why a JET applicant couldn't make it or couldn't advance to the next stage of the application process. So just a disclaimer, I'm not an expert about the JET program, but I'm going to be sharing everything that I know based on experience. So first reason, were you able to submit or do you have all the complete requirements? So just to recap, there are 9 documents or requirements that you need to submit for your application. Actually, the 9th one is you only get to submit it if you have a record of it. Otherwise, you have to submit all the 8 remaining requirements or 8 remaining documents. Let's start with the application form, the certificate of graduation. In the absence of the certificate of graduation, you can submit your diploma or a copy of your diploma, provided that it is certified true copy of it. Another one is the self-assessment of medical condition or self-assessment of health. And then the statement of the physician, the statement of purpose or the SOP, your letters of reference, your certificates of teaching and language qualification if you have, and your criminal records if you have criminal history.
And syempre, a document showing your nationality.
So before applying or before submitting your application, make sure that you have all those necessary documents. In the recent batches of the JET program applicants, the screening committee accepts certified true copies of the original documents in case that you don't have the originals. Before submitting, before sending them to the screening committee, make sure that you have the original copies and generally 2 photocopies of each document. And you have to make 3 sets of those documents. 1 set for the original ones, and another set for 1 photocopy, and another set for the second copy of your documents.
So these are the 9 documents that you need to submit when applying for the JET program Philippines. However, numbers 7 and number 9 are optional. Only if you have them, that's when you need to submit these documents.
Second reason or second point, submissions and deadline. It is stated in the guidelines that submissions of your application documents must be in 3 sets. And then all those 3 sets, you put them all in 1 brown or transparent envelope. So, pwedeng brown, pwedeng transparent, mamili ka na lang. As regards to the size, it depends on what size or what envelope could fit all your requirements. So, imagine 3 sets of documents, you have to fit them all in 1 brown or transparent envelope. As for the deadline, make sure that you know the deadline, of course. So, always check the Japan Embassy in the Philippines website for the reminders or for the deadline and for the guidelines also. And make sure that you have the correct address of the Embassy of Japan in the Philippines, which is in Pasay City. Though Cebu and Davao have consulate offices of the Japan Embassy, again, the screening committee of the JET program and all applications to the program must be addressed to the embassy in Pasay. And for the past couple of years, our submissions of application documents are done through courier and not in person. So, tandaang mabuti, basahing mabuti if what's written in the guidelines. If it says you have to send through courier, you have to send it through courier, and don't you try to submit it in person at the embassy gate. Dahil the guards won't accept it, the guards won't accept your application documents.
Kaya dapat bago ka magpasa, alam mo yung deadline at inayos mo yung documents mo based on the listahan na pre-provide doon sa guidelines.
Another important reason why I think most or some applicants don't make it to the second round is when it comes to their following of instructions. First of all, in the application form, So I think it is stated in the application form or in the guidelines that you have to print out the application form in an A4 size of bond paper. So it's not the legal size, it's not letter size, but A4 size of paper. So paano pag lumagpas doon sa original number of pages? Okay lang yan, basta wala kang ibang ginawa kundi you just filled out the application form. Okay lang yun. It doesn't matter. What's important is kung ano yung nilalaman ng application form mo. Okay, so also in the application form, there are 4 important rules or instructions that are stated there. First one, so your application form must be typewritten or handwritten. Pwedeng typewritten, pwedeng handwritten. But there's a specific instruction there that if it's handwritten, it should be in all blocks or in block letters. Ibig sabihin in capital letters and write legibly. So kapag typed written siya, kapag typed yung application form mo, it doesn't matter if it's in all capitals or in sentence case or you capitalize each word. It depends on how you want it to be. So still, madami pa ding nalilito dito sa instruction na to, but paulit-ulit, we keep on saying block letters or block style if it's handwritten. And then another concern about the application form is it says in the application form instruction that all numbers must be written in Arabic numerals. So ano nga ba yung Arabic numerals? So kapag sinabi natin kasi yung Arabic numerals, yung default na 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 0. Yun. So yung 10 digits na yun. Kung ano yung nakikita mong pagkakasulat ng number in figures, yun. Wala nang iba. Hindi yung, hindi yung mga ganitong uri ng numbers or ng Arabic numbers. Yung as in literal na Arabic talaga. Yun, hindi ganun. Yun. So kung ano yung nakikita mong numbers, paraan ng pagsusulat ng numbers, yun, Arabic numbers. So still may mga nalilito pa rin dyan at hindi alam kung ano yung Arabic numerals, kaya kung ganun yung ginamit mo sa yung application form ay medyo panghinaan ka na ng konti. And then another point dun sa application form, another important instruction is all years must be written in Anno Domini system. Ano nga ba yung Anno Domini system? Kasi yung 4 digits, na pagsusulat ng year. For example, 2021. So, 2021. 1980, mga ganon. 1980. Yung mga ganon na Anno Domini system. Kaya ni-specify ng JET program yung paggamit ng Anno Domini system is because sa Japan kasi they have a different way of writing yung year. So depende kung sinong emperor yung nakaupo sa trono. So yun yung sinusunod nila na year sa step na pagsusulat ng year. So for example, this year it's Reiwa. So it's on the 3rd year na. So Reiwa 3 or R3. That's the Japanese way of writing year. So ang Anno Domini system is the 4-digit Arabic numeral years. Another one is proper nouns, names should be spelled out and not abbreviated. So for example, kung yung name ng company mo ay merong INC or incorporated, isulat mo siya ng buong incorporated, hindi INC, kung yun yung legal name. Pero kapag yung kung yung pangalan mo ay merong junior or senior, merong suffix, isulat mo yung JR lang or SR lang, hindi mo na kailangang i-spell out yung junior. Diba? So for example, yung Fort, like Fort Bonifacio or Fort Santiago, yun, kasi usually sinusulat sila FT lang, ganun. Ina-abbreviate. So isulat mo ng buo, Fort. Kasi minsan, baka kasi merong yung iba, abbreviated siya, pero kapag in-spell out, iba na pala yun. So for example, may nakita na ako before, yung SR. Ayun. So akala ko dati is senior. Yun pala, may gumamit sir or sister, mga ganun. So yun, kailangan i-spell out kung ano yung ibig sabihin ng mga abbreviated words na yun. So that's for that's for proper nouns na kailangang i-spell out and do not abbreviate them. Another important factor na tinitingnan doon sa application ng isang JET program applicant ay yung SOP or yung Statement of Purpose. So, bakit ganun na lang kaimportante ang Statement of Purpose para makapag-advance ka doon sa next stage ng screening? So, I'm not saying na malaking percentage or malaking points yung nakukuha or naibibigay sa SOP. Kasi, yun nga, sabi ko nga kanina, hindi pa naman ako nakakaupo sa screening committee. Pero, sa tingin ko, since hinihingi nila as part of the requirement, di ba? So, bakit nila hihingin kung wala naman magiging points? So, isipin na lang natin, di ba? So, ano yung kailangan kasama dun sa yung SOP? So, again, if you haven't watched my video yet, I have a separate video on your guide in writing your SOP. Unang-una, yung content. Gaya ng in-advise ko doon sa video na yon, meron 3. So, una is, ano yung motivation mo bakit ka nag-apply? Or ano yung reason mo bakit ka nag-apply sa JET program or bakit gusto mong mag-apply? Next to motivation is, ano yung may ko-contribute mo doon sa program once you are accepted? And syempre kasama na din sa content mo yung ano yung gagawin mo? What are your plans after joining the program? So kung babalik ka na ba sa Pilipinas or paano mo i-share kung ano man yung natutunan mo doon sa program? So those are all important parts of the SOP na tingin ko ay tinitingnan ng mga members ng screening committee. Another factor of your SOP is syempre yung mechanics at yung organization. Paano mo pinagtagpi-tagpi yung mga ideas mo para makabuo ng isang magandang SOP at ng isang convincing na SOP. Syempre yung a-applyan mo is magiging assistant language teacher. So language teacher, dapat marunong ka at maalam ka sa English language. So, dapat yung grammar mo ay acceptable naman para magturo ng language na yon.
So, kung meron kanyang 3 yan na parts ng SOP, for sure, you did well for it. Pero kapag medyo kinulang ka sa pag-explain ng 3 yan, ayun. So, medyo alanganin tayo dyan ng konti.
And then the next one is the letter of reference. So I have 3 concerns about the letter of reference. First, kung sino yung mga referee mo or yung mga nag-refer sa'yo. We always say this, look for someone na, say, yung mga immediate supervisors mo before or yung mga superiors mo before, and not for someone who is yung kapareho mo lang ng status or ng position. Kasi the letter of reference serves as yung recommendation letter nga ng mga tao na yon, ng mga nakatrabaho mo before, especially mga superiors mo, on your work ethics, the quality of work that you make in your previous companies. So it's important kasi, especially when you're applying for a Japanese company, they always look for a letter of reference. And then another one is yung content. Ano ba yung nilalaman ng reference letter? So dapat yung reference letter ay nagsasabi kung anong uri ng empleyado ka. So, paano magtrabaho, and yun nga, kung ano yung quality ng trabaho na ginagawa mo. Kasi kapag kaibigan mo lang yan or colleagues mo lang, yung usual or normal na colleagues mo, pwedeng, kasi, hindi nila makikita yung superior point of view. So, medyo may pagkabias kasi pag mga kaibigan or mga katrabaho lang. Unlike kapag yung medyo strict or yung medyo may position na magre-refer sa'yo. So, iba yung dating kasi. Iba yung impact ng letter of reference na ganun. And then, of course, yung format and yung authenticity. So, yung format is, syempre, letter of reference. Wala namang binibigay na template yung JET Program Screening Committee. Pero make sure kasi na it's a formal letter. So, alam mo naman siguro kung ano yung format ng formal letter, di ba? And then, since it's a recommendation letter, dapat signed, may pirma. So recently tinatanggap na yung mga e-signatures or yung mga electronic signatures. And then of course tinatanggap pa rin naman yung mga yung wet signature na kung tawagin, yung mismong pinirmahan nila. Pero ang difference kasi is kapag natanggap ka sa second stage, the screening committee might ask you to provide yung merong wet signature ng reference letter mo. So, yeah, for the sake of having something to submit during the deadline, tinatanggap nila yung e-signature or yung e-signed na letter of reference. Kasi nga, yun, yung current situation natin sa pandemic, ang hirap maghagilap ng mga tao, especially kapag nasa ibang lugar yung magre-refer sa'yo.
So for sure, merong way ang committee para malaman nila kung totoo or hindi, or gawa-gawa mo lang, or talagang merong nag-refer sa'yo doon sa letter of reference, kaya beware.
So again, I'm saying all these because I'm not part of the screening committee, but yun yung naiisip ko na siguro mga reasons kung bakit hindi nakakapasok even sa second stage ng screening yung isang JET program applicant. So yung ibang mga aspiring applicants or yung mga applicants talaga ng JET program, based dun sa experiences ko, like since nag-start ako YouTube, mag-create ng videos about JET program, madaming mga nagtatanong or nag-worry about, say, yung hindi sila education course or degree graduates, tapos wala silang teaching experience, wala silang Nihongo skills, or wala silang TESOL or TEFL. So yun, wag niyong problemahin yung mga yun kasi hindi naman requirement yun. Diba? Nakalagay naman dun sa guidelines na you get additional consideration or additional points if you have those. Pero hindi talaga sila yung main na requirement para makapasa ka sa JET program or matanggap ka sa JET program. Kaya ang nilagay lang is you are a graduate of any bachelor's degree. Yun. Basta meron ka nun, okay ka lang. Okay ka pa rin. May chance ka pa ding makapasok. And then may mga nagtatanong din about interview, about demo teaching. Yun. Yung advice ko is, wag mo munang problemahin yung mga yun. Ang problemahin mo ay kung paano mo ipasa muna yung first stage ng screening, which is yung document screening. Ipasa muna ng lahat ng mga requirements mo on time, ng maayos. And then, saka ka maghintay ng results kung matatanggap ka or matatawagan ka for the next stage, which is yung interview, yung exam, and yung demo teaching. So those are some of the possible reasons why an applicant in the JET program cannot advance or couldn't advance to the next stage. So all of these are based on my own personal ideas and understanding. So, walang kinalaman dito ang screening committee ng JET program or ng JET program Philippines. So, ulitin ko, personal ideas ko lang po ito, personal opinions ko. So, I hope kung nag-apply ka, you will advance. You will get the email that you advance to the next stage of the screening process. And while waiting, siguro I invite you to watch my other videos about JET program and about Japanese language learning na din. So I hope to see you in Japan.